Once upon a time, in a grand and prosperous kingdom, people lived in peace and harmony. The king was wise, just, and a lover of knowledge. He not only cared deeply for his subjects but also paid great attention to the advice of his ministers, counselors, and scholars in the court. Among all the ministers, there was one who was particularly admired, the king's chief minister, Hakim Zaid. Zaid was known for his intelligence, insight, and vast experience. He wasn't only a trusted advisor to the king but was also respected by the people for his wisdom. He always found solutions to problems that left everyone astonished. The people of the kingdom often said with admiration, "If only we had Zaid's wisdom." A minister like Zaid is a blessing to any king. However, as is the case in life, no one is perfect. Zaid had a son, Amir. While Amir looked like his father, there were whispers in the court. Zaid is the epitome of wisdom, but his son, he doesn't seem to have the same qualities. The king's surprise one day, the king was sitting in his private garden, surrounded by the fragrance of flowers, the chirping of birds, and a gentle breeze. His trusted minister, Zaid, was sitting beside him. Suddenly, the king turned to Zaid and said with a smile, "Zaid, you are so wise. But your son?" Zaid was taken aback. "Your Majesty, what do you mean?" The king replied with a gentle smile, "You see, whenever I go to the market, I like to speak with the people, and I often meet children. Your son, Amir, is often there too. Every time I ask him which coin is more valuable, the gold coin or the silver coin, he always says, the silver coin. I laugh, the people laugh, and then I give him the silver coin." Zaid, hearing this, was both surprised and concerned. He decided to speak with his son the next day. Father and son's conversation that evening. Zaid went home. Amir was sitting in his room, writing something. Zaid called him and said, "Son, I need to ask you something." Amir replied respectfully, "Yes, father, what is it?" Zaid asked gently, "Do you know which is more valuable, the gold coin or the silver coin?" Amir smiled and replied, "Of course, father, the gold coin is more valuable."
Zaid, with a serious expression, said, "Then why, whenever the king asks you, do you always choose the silver coin?" Amir smiled warmly and replied with great wisdom, "Father, if I ask for the gold coin just once, the king will give it to me, and he will be pleased. He might even praise me. But after that, he won't ask me again.
But if I keep asking for the silver coin, the king will be happy each time. He will smile, and he will give me the coin. I've done the math. I now have so many silver coins that they are worth as much as gold coins. I never show off that I know everything. The real wisdom is in the daily benefit that comes from being subtle." Zaid was astonished by his son's response. There was so much wisdom in what Amir said that he was left speechless for a moment. Then, he walked over to Amir and hugged him. Returned to the court the next day. In the court, the king jokingly said, "Zaid, your son still doesn't understand the difference between silver and gold." Zaid smiled and replied, "Your Majesty, my son knows the difference quite well. He just doesn't let you know that." Zaid then told the king exactly what Amir had explained to him the previous evening. At first, the king was surprised. Then, clapping and laughing loudly, he said, "Wow, Zaid, your son is even wiser than you. He knows when to speak the truth, when to hide it, and how to make the most of every situation." Conclusion. Time passed. Amir grew older, and with his wisdom, he became the king's advisor. In the court, people now said, at first, it was Zaid's wisdom that everyone admired. Now the stories of Amir's intelligence are famous. Moral: don't show off. True wisdom is not about showing off your intelligence all the time. It's about knowing when, where, and how to use it, without pride or boastfulness. Simplicity in approach often brings lasting wisdom.